Brand new final expense life insurance agent, or maybe you're just a life insurance agent that's done this for maybe a year, maybe less. Maybe you're a career agent, but you get a phone call and your client has died. Now what? Your client has died. Now what? Okay? So many agents get into this position and they don't know what they're doing, okay? I hope this video helps you, okay? I'm going to share with you how to handle a death claim, what it looks like. I'm going to share with you what a death claim form looks like and how to help in the process to get that check into the beneficiary's hands as soon as possible and to help you mitigate time so that you do your job right and you feel proud of the noble profession that you have chosen as your career. If you need help, reach out, jasonfinalexpense.com. I partner with some of the most amazing insurance agents on the planet. Love to help you in any way I can, but I hope this video brings you value. So you're a brand new agent, your client has passed away, now what? All right, the first thing you need to do is make sure the client, okay, is truly deceased. You're not going to know that unless you have a death certificate, all right? So what you're going to want to do first off, okay, unless you know the client is truly deceased, okay, you don't want to go into any level of detail with a beneficiary who has contacted you, okay? It sounds insensitive, but it's very important that you don't give PII, protected information, until you have proof of death, okay? So if someone says, hey, my dad passed away, I know they've got insurance with you, or hey, my mom passed away, they've got insurance with you, here's your number, I was supposed to contact you, okay? You need to make sure they're okay first. Go, I'm so sorry for your loss. Are you guys okay? I'm so sorry this took place, and I appreciate your family's trust in me. Do you have a death certificate yet, ma'am? I'm going to help you, okay? I'm going to take care of everything. Do you have a death certificate yet for me? No, I don't. Okay. Please contact me the very moment that you have a death certificate, and I'm going to handle everything for you. And I'm going to get the wheels turning, okay, with the insurance companies in place, and the beneficiary will be notified immediately. But I do need a death certificate at your convenience. As soon as you get one, please notify me. I'm going to get the wheels turning right now, and I'll get the ball rolling. Here's my cell phone. Here's my direct office line. Please contact me. I'm going to take care of everything for you, okay? If you need anything, let me know. I'm sorry for your guys' loss. You don't want to go into massive detail about someone's policy, okay? Because there's a very small percentage of the population that may use a death to get information just to be nosy. It sounds horribly insensitive, okay? But this has taken place to other agents, and you don't want to release information about a policy unless you have proof of death, okay? Insurance companies are not going to release information to anybody until they have proof of death. That's why it's so important that you get a death certificate, okay? Start the claims process. So if a client has passed away and you've been notified by a beneficiary that someone has died, what you need to do, console the family, be very kind, be very loving, be very service-oriented, but let them know you're going to start the process, you're sorry for their loss, you're going to handle everything. Please let me know as soon as you have a death certificate, and I'm going to handle the rest and get the ball rolling for you, okay? You're not going to go into dollar amounts without proof of death, okay? If you want to talk to the funeral home and confirm that the person is deceased, then go ahead and you can release more information if you need to the beneficiary only, by the way, okay? Notify then the company. Immediately call the company, okay? Whatever that company is, call that company and says, hey, this is agent blah, blah, blah. This is Jason. I've been notified by a beneficiary, a family member, that the client has since passed away, policy number, blah, 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 okay? The company then can send you a claim form and start the ball rolling in the process, okay, to get this thing going so you're not losing time. Time is precious. You need to get these checks as fast as possible to the beneficiary's hands, right? That's what this is about. A claim form can be potentially emailed to you right away, okay? So at this point, when you get a death certificate and you know who the beneficiary is, now you can share information. The amount, you can share the company, a policy number with this great person, the beneficiary that you're going to serve. Now is the time when you have proof of death that you start sharing this information with them. You can not go into detail before. It'll save you some trouble. So you're going to need, first off, on the claim form, everybody, you're going to need the policy number, the deceased name, social security number, date of birth, any nicknames if they have one. Social security number, the relationship to the deceased, and you want to have the claimants. Okay, the claimants, you're going to have the name, date of birth, all that fun stuff, social of the person. The claimant is, okay, this is going to be the beneficiary, the person that's claiming the money, okay? And sometimes it says beneficiary, sometimes it just says claimant, okay? That's the person that's going to be receiving the money, okay? They're going to sign right on there. Not a big deal. It's not hard, okay? They're going to sign after you've put in the owner, the insured, okay, the one that's deceased, their information, the cause of death. You're going to have them sign. The claimant is going to sign, or the legal representative, okay? They sign it. We're good to go here. Now, what you're also going to need is if this death happened under 2 years of the policy being purchased, it's going to go into what's called typically contestability. Now, if it's a graded policy, most likely it won't get contested. They're going to just rubber stamp it, and because it's a tiny death check, okay? It's just the premium that they put in plus maybe 10%, no risk to the company really. They just cut the check pretty quick. But if it's like a full face, first day full coverage kind of policy, they're going to contest the claim if they died under 2 years. So it's very important that you as the agent, okay, prepare the family for the fact that they're going to look at medical records. It's not going to be as fast of a claims process as it would otherwise. If the client passed after 2 years, that thing's getting cut quick. Check is blasting out of that insurance company's hands, and it's heading that way quickly. But if it's been under 2 years, the contestability process will be kind of a time drain, especially if you don't have the doctor's information there. So if it's an accidental death, okay, on a claim, you're going to need to notate an accidental death. What are the details? Lots of room to write, okay? If there was an investigating officer, investigating agency, this would be like a law enforcement agency, could be a medical examiner agency, okay? You're going to write this down with phone numbers and addresses of who investigated this death as an accidental death. That will also be reflected, by the way, on the death certificate. The death certificate will say cause of death, natural, suicide, homicide, or other, okay? So if it says accidental death on there, you want to know details from the family, the beneficiary, all right? Write those down. It's going to help the claims process in a big way. And if there's an accidental death rider, it'll help get that money released because accidental death is harder to claim on. So you got to document, help the family. Not a big deal. This isn't hard. If the manner of death was not natural, okay, if it was homicide, they're going to want to know suspect names, all kinds of crazy stuff. Trial, is it pending? Are there witnesses to it? It's a lot of work, right? But it's not that hard. It's pretty straightforward. You probably won't have too many of these in your career. I've had one, okay? And I've done this telesales and insurance for, goodness, 2 decades. Long time, 1 homicide. That's pretty good. And I got thousands of lives on the books. So investigating officer as well, or investigating agency, if it was a homicide, okay? Now, if the policy, this is the only time you're going to need this, if the policy has been enforced for less than 2 years, less than 2, okay, then you're going to want to know health carriers, health like providers, doctors, specialists, okay, names, phone numbers of doctors, hospitals, their pharmacy. Get this information. Y'all see that? It's a lot of work, okay? It is work, but you want to make sure you get it so that the family has minimal time for the company not delaying on then approaching the family yet again, okay, and pouring salt in the wound for that family, saying, I need all these medical records. You're like, why the heck did my agent do this? He should have known it. She should have known it, right? You should have. Well, now you do, okay? So get this information to help the client, okay, to help their wishes happen. That's why you exist, to serve these beneficiaries, to serve their families. Our job matters on the front side. Our job matters on the back side. So if they died of an accidental death, you're going to need to document it. Not a big deal. Write down details of what took place, right? And then location, investigating agency, the name, address, and phone number. Pretty simple. You should be able to get that from the family pretty easy. If the manner of death was a homicide, just put it down there. Not a big deal. Now keep in mind, the details on the homicide won't matter if the, okay, client of yours died after 2 years. If they died under 2 years, though, that stuff really, really matters then, okay? So put the details down there if you have it. after 2 years, but if it's been under 2 years, very important that you document everything here. The doctor's information does not matter at all. You don't even need to fill this stuff out if they've owned the policy over 2 years. If they've owned the policy under 2 years, every one of these things needs to be filled out. Any doctor they've ever seen, period, in like the last 10 years for this particular company. It's very important that you get this stuff so that the client gets that check as quick as possible. This is all about taking care of the client, okay? They're not here. You are. Serve them. It's not hard. The signatures are going to be like 1 or maybe 2 signatures. It's so minimal, okay? A death certificate with a death claim form like I just showed you, they're going to autograph in 2 spots. You're going to submit it to the company right away. You can overnight it to them, okay? With certain companies, if the face amount, the death benefit, is under like $10,000 or under, let's say, if it's $5,000 or $10,000 or less, every carrier is specific. They'll tell you, but sometimes they don't even need a certified death certificate. Sometimes a copy will suffice. Sometimes you can even fax it to them, which is kind of crazy these days. But it will work. So ask the carrier, do you need an original death certificate or will a copy suffice? Ask that question. Go, can you please send me the claim form? Get it in your possession and then be ready to serve the family so that when that beneficiary calls you and trusts you and leans on you again to assist them with the most important day in your life, in my opinion. The most important day in your life as an insurance agent is handling and serving these great people with just amazing love, because these people matter. The beneficiaries matter. It mattered so much to your client that they chose this one person, and of everybody on the planet, they chose this one person that they wanted to be their beneficiary. Honor them. Make sure they get their check as quick as possible. If they've owned the policy over 2 years, it's a quick process, okay? Very quick. And get that claim form to the company, get that death certificate to the company, and then just follow up like every couple days. How we going? When's that check getting cut? Be that squeaky wheel, okay, for that beneficiary to get the wheels a-turning, okay? And then a lot of these companies will allow you as the agent to bring the check to the client. Certain companies won't, but a lot of them will. And it's an honor to bring that check, okay, to that beneficiary from the company. It's amazing to take care of them at a sad time, to bring money, okay, to them is going to be just rewarding for you as an agent to be able to just do this for them. Not only doing it for the beneficiary, but more importantly, doing it for your policyholder. Because if they're close to you, it's important that you complete the loop. If they're not close to you, it's important that you still complete the loop. Bring value to them. Bring that check to them. It will make you a better agent. And if they're not geographically close to you, there's sometimes where a beneficiary will be out of state. That's okay. You can mail them the claim forms. You can highlight what they need to fill out. Make it simple for them. Keep in mind, you're the insurance professional that the family has trusted. So you know more about the claims process than them. If you've never done a death claim before, reach out, jasonfinalexpense.com. I can give you some extra tips to help you, but it is a rewarding time. And when you know what is going to be expected of you as the agent, it's nothing to be feared. It's something that is to be, in my opinion, respected and revered. It is a noble profession. It's a blessing to serve these great people. And just understand, these claim forms are not hard. They may look like that, but they're not. You saw them. They're not a hard thing. Couple autographs, good information, who the beneficiary is, who the deceased, your client is, name, date of birth, SOCH, okay? All the information is going to be on the policy that you sold them, but it's also going to be on the death certificate, okay? The date of birth, the social, all that stuff's there again. But contact the company, get the ball rolling, and keep in mind that, like I said, if the policy's been in existence for less than 2 years, you're going to have to write an agent statement, most likely, okay, to the insurance company, and then you're going to need all those medical records. The insurance company will pay for them, and then they're going to contest the claim. Contesting just means they're going to make sure that the health questions that your client answered were truthful and honest. As long as they were truthful and honest, the company will still pay the claim. But if there was something on there where maybe the client lied about, okay, maybe they had, okay, COPD and they said, nope, I don't, and in reality they did, okay, then that claim is not going to get paid at the full, let's say $10,000, for example. They're going to get their premium back because they weren't honest with the insurance company. But as long as they were honest with the insurance company, then the insurance company will do due diligence. That makes sense because they've had it for less than 2 years. They're going to look at the medical records, match the application that you took with their medical history, make sure they're in alignment. If they're in alignment, the checks are coming. If it's not in alignment, unfortunately, it won't. So make sure that you're doing it right, doing it well, but bring value to your consumer. Bring value to the beneficiaries. It's not a hard process. It is emotionally when you love your clients and they pass away. That part is tough, okay? That is an emotional hit, but it's a blessing and a reward when you bring that money to the family, when you bring that money to the sweet beneficiary's hands. I had a call this morning, just a hair after 7. One of my clients had passed away, and I'm going to get the honor of bringing the check to her. I'm going to make her whole and take good care of her, and I know you guys are too. I hope this helps you in some ways. I hope it takes the confusion out of how to file a death claim. Take care of your client, get the death certificate, fill out the claim form, assist your client, and if it's been under 2 years, document every doctor they've ever seen, get that stuff going, get the ball rolling, and be prepared to write an agent statement on what you knew of the health of the insured that has passed away, and you'll be good. Have a great day. Have a better day tomorrow. Hope tomorrow's phenomenal for you. Take good care of your clients because they matter. Bye-bye, you guys.